Module 7 explores the fundamental concepts of key signatures, the organizational tool of tonality, the circle of fifths as a pivotal theoretical framework for understanding key relationships, and the sophisticated practice of modulation changing keys within a composition. This module provides an in-depth examination of tonal centers, enharmonic equivalence, harmonic functions, and modulation techniques, equipping you with advanced tools for musical analysis, composition, and performance. 1. Key signatures, defining tonal centers. 1.1. Definition and purpose. A key signature is a set of sharps or flats placed at the beginning of a musical staff that indicates the key or tonal center of a piece. It serves as a shorthand for the notes that will be consistently altered throughout the music, establishing the diatonic scale on which the piece is based. 1.2. Historical development. Early music used modal systems without key signatures. By the Baroque era, the system of key signatures emerged to streamline notation and indicate tonality clearly. The evolution of equal temperament tuning reinforced the importance of fixed key signatures in Western tonal music. 1.3. Construction of major and minor key signatures. Major keys are based on the major scale, following the pattern whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half steps. Minor keys, natural, harmonic, melodic, are based on variations of the natural minor scale, sharing key signatures with their relative majors. Key signatures indicate which notes are to be consistently sharpened or flattened, providing a framework for scale construction. 1.4. Identifying key signatures. The order of sharps, F-wires, C-R, G-rs, D-r, A-r, E-r, B-r, the order of flats, B, E, A, D, G, C, F, rules for determining key names from the number and type of accidentals. 2. The circle of fifths, the tonal map. 2.1. Description and significance. The circle of fifths is a visual representation of the relationships among the 12 keys of the chromatic scale, arranged by ascending perfect fifths. It is fundamental for understanding key signatures, harmonic progression, and modulation. 2.2. Structure of the circle. Moving clockwise around the circle adds sharps to key signatures. Moving counterclockwise adds flats. Each step corresponds to a perfect fifth interval, e.g. C to G. Enharmonic keys, keys that sound the same but are spelled differently, e.g. F pars and G, appear at the edges of the circle, reflecting the limits of common key signatures. 2.3. Uses of the circle of fifths. Quickly determining the number of sharps or flats in any key. Understanding closely related keys for smooth modulation. Composing and analyzing chord progressions and harmonic. 3. Modulation, changing keys within a piece. 3.1. Definition and purpose. Modulation is the process of changing from one key to another within a composition. It serves to create contrast, tension, emotional development, and structural variety. 3.2. Types of modulation. Diatonic modulation. Modulating to a closely related key sharing many common tones, e.g. from C major to G major. Chromatic modulation, using chromatic tones or accidentals to pivot into distant keys. Enharmonic modulation, using enharmonic equivalence to pivot between keys spelled differently but sounding the same. Common chord, pivot chord. Modulation, employing a chord common to both the original and destination key as a pivot point. Direct modulation, abruptly changing keys without preparation. 3.3. Techniques and theoretical underpinnings, identifying pivot chords and smooth voice leading. Preparing the listener for key changes through harmonic progression, using melodic, harmonic, and textural cues to affect modulation. 4. Advanced concepts and practical applications. 4.1. Relative and parallel keys. Relative keys share the same key signature but have different tonics, e.g. C major and A minor. Parallel keys share the same tonic but differ in key signature, e.g. C major and C minor. 4.2 Enharmonic keys and double flats sharps. Understanding enharmonic equivalence and its implications for notation and modulation. Use of double accidentals to navigate complex modulations. 4.3 Modulation in different musical contexts. Classical sonata forms rely heavily on modulation for thematic development. Jazz and popular music use modulation for key changes and improvisational shifts. Film and contemporary music explore modal and tonal modulation for emotional effect. 5. Summary and learning outcomes. Upon completion of this module, you will be able to identify and write all major and minor key signatures and understand their construction. Use the circle of fifths to analyze key relationships and determine key signatures. Understand and apply various modulation techniques, including pivot chord and enharmonic modulation. Distinguish between relative, parallel, and enharmonic keys in both analysis and composition. Utilize modulation to enhance musical expression, form, and structure.